Okay, so it lets me share uh, two types of screens. So I'm gonna put myself here because I can see myself right now. I see myself here, but I want to show you behind my screen, which is my workspace. I don't know if I can see all the view, everybody. Let's see. It says, let's see. Um, we're gonna put, I guess, timestamps on. I don't know. Um, pop pop out chat. I don't know if that'll. I don't know what's gonna let me see all messages. I want to make all messages visible so that I can see whoever's popping in. Hi. And so I'm going to show you my screen so you can see my account and like how it all the filters that I've been doing are doing. It looks like people are into makeup and masks. Um, there's a couple clown makeups I did not too long ago. The views are not that high, but then again, these are just last week's things that I created. So I'll go ahead and show you going back a few. Let me share my screen. So we're going to go into looking at my account as it looks like right now. So you could see with me what it looks like. So we're going to go down and go through some of these accounts. So on here, we're I'm put the front so that I could watch it with you. So here I'm gonna go all the way down to the very beginning. So here is the first mask I've ever made, and it has 2.3K views, and it's only been used 48 times. Okay, so there's not much there. There's not much going on. We're gonna look at some of the higher views. We're gonna look at the one that's 536 views. That was used 392 times, 380 times. It's like basically the same mask, but I created it three different times because it was three different stages of it, and so it did pretty well, guys. So it looks like these other ones are gonna do. Look at this one with 1,000 videos were created. So it is getting used. My stuff is getting used. I just, I have to find more time to make them. I have to make more time to make them. So today we're not getting off this live until I finish creating some masks. I have one in, like, right now we're gonna email ourselves a picture of myself so that we could put on the screen, and it's just so that we could draw some of the examples that I've been seeing out there online that's gonna help me get to the image I want to look at. I mean, the image I want to look like. So there's one that I seen that it looks really simple. It's just I have to do it. I have to do it, and I don't want to. I don't want to go around it. I've been working on it for a week, and I've been practicing on it so far. Hold on, let me let my dog out. Come on, let's go outside. Go outside. Go 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 go. If you want to go outside, you go. Make yourself go. So they're saying it's supposed to warm up, but instead of warming up, it got rainy out, and it got like it's not the best. Okay, so here's the account activity that I promised you, and now we're gonna move over to the sketching pad. I don't. It doesn't show it to you, so let me unshare this and reshare. Where I could share. I don't know if it lets me do entire screens. Let's see. We're gonna say entire screen, and so let's see what happens if I switch it out. Yeah, okay, that's the one we want. So since I'm always gonna be facing this way, and it makes it look like I'm talking to you directly, the YouTube chat is over. Like if you ever plan to do a live, the YouTube chat screen is over that way. So that way, where my camera is, I'm looking straight ahead, and my drawing space is right there. So we're gonna email ourselves a picture of me, and we're gonna make a really simple picture, a real simple sketch of my face, and that's same face we're gonna put on our model of what we're working on. It's actually 60 something. Why am I saying it's cold? So we might go for a walk. We might go for a walk. All right, so I'm gonna email this to myself. I'm gonna say my face, and I'm gonna say trace. So my face trace. So I have a cat. I mean, a friend of mine told me that that's the best way. It's kind of like email yourself the pictures you drew or want to draw, send yourself a picture of yourself, and you could basically use that as your guide, so that way people don't say that you're using their images for, because people take things the wrong way. So let's go and do, um let's go to my email. I'm gonna go to my email in another tab over here that you can't see, and so I can grab my face. Mhm. We're gonna grab my face. We're gonna download it into my computer. I have it here. So now I have my face. So we're gonna be working off my face. Okay. So we're gonna go into our downloads. Here we're gonna go here and go into the downloads, and we're gonna access my picture. Okay. So here's my picture, and we're gonna straight up draw. I don't know if I put the size of the thing. Let me get back. Let me undo this. Control Z. So let's Control Z, which is backwards. It doesn't matter. We're gonna size it to fit. Okay, so let's just work with this. All right, we're gonna work with this face, and we're gonna trace all the visible lines in my face. So to do that, we're actually gonna pick the shading. I did it in black and white, and that's okay, because we're gonna take a pencil. Maybe he wants me to size it smaller. We're gonna do that, okay? And then we're gonna zoom in, because we want to make it fit the canvas. I guess is that. You know what? Let's go backwards, 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 backwards. I don't know if it lets you. Okay. Well, I don't know where all my menus left. Oh no, no. Rotate canvas. We got an actual size. Let's just, we don't want to save anything. We want to start over. We're going to go and start over, guys, because I screwed that one up. I screwed up the size and everything. When you first open up, before you upload anything, you want to do the canvas size first. So I think a friend told me it's 1024 by 1024. I was using something else, but that's what he said. He said 1024 by 1024. So go with 1024 by 1024, because that's supposedly the correct size for these social media platforms to put images on. So now we're gonna image size. We're gonna insert. We want to look for the toolbars, and here we go. Hold on, my dog sent the thing. And I don't know how to use. I don't know how you can share this to another platform. I have to learn how to cast myself into different platforms, but it would be great if I could do that. So now we're gonna go and we're gonna do our layers. So here's our layers, and we're gonna upload our picture that we downloaded just a little while ago. And I think that should be the perfect size, but let's size it in case it's not. Oops, we don't want to do that. In case it's not the right size, I think this is how you move it unanimously. Yeah, unanimously you move it this way. And now we want to move it over. See how you and you just want to center it. You want to make it smaller. It's actually smaller. I think I overdid it. We want to put it in the middle because we only really care about the face where it's centered. We just want to draw the center of the face. We don't care about anything else. We want to just outline the things that stand out. So we're just going to go ahead and okay this. And now that's me. That's my picture. That way, and nobody says anything that I'm copying them or whatever. I'm actually starting from scratch because I'm sick and tired of people. Um, I don't know. I feel like people, their egos, man, it just makes them ugly. Um, okay, so we're gonna go and we gotta make, let's see, a copy of that color. That's the color in there. Okay. So I want to size this workspace a little bit more. So I want to zoom in. So we're going to zoom in this way. We're going to tell it we want to zoom in, right? So we could draw. And not only that, but pick all the details. So I'm going to pick this color right here. And all I'm going to do on top of this, I'm going to go onto a blank sheet. See how I went to a blank sheet of, it's like a blank sheet of paper. And I'm literally, all I'm taking is the same color. We're going to make it thinner. We're going to make it the lines thinner. It's too big. We're going to go thinner. And we're going to go and highlight this. See? We highlighted that. Now, there's some shading going on here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the little thing and we're going to grab that color and we're going to change the brush perhaps. And then we're going to shade in whatever's this color, whatever this looks like right here. We're going to shade it in. Like if it's the same, like if you were coloring over it. Okay. Now we're going to take our color again and we're going to take that and we're going to color these marks in. Like if it were a coloring book, you're just taking and shading in the different colors as they come along. That's the way that I am doing this trace face of my face. I'm just going to mimic the colors on my face. There is no different colors, but there's different hues that I see, and I'm going to go based on every time I see a different hue. If I see it changing colors, I'm going to reach for the little dropper and I'm just going to grab and I'm going to continue coloring. And that's how I'm going to create my eyes. This is going to be a filter recreating the way my pigmentation is on my face. I don't know if they'll accept it, but this is me doing a gray and a lighter gray, like different tones of gray, iridescent. Like these are grays on grays, and it creates the eye. See how it's all around the eye. It's not something that's actually there, but I do see it's pigmentation that made my eye look because of the light. So this same effect of the different colored toned eyes, it's not makeup, it's what my face actually has, like pigments. It has its little pigments. Different colors. All right, now we're gonna go over here. Go touch the dropper again, and just keep going with the color. So all I'm doing is taking my own picture and just tracing around the eye with the colors that are there around my eyes. Maybe we'll do the eyelashes too, but it's just enhancing the color in my eyes on my from my actual picture. See, like that. It's just me. It's just me. What did it do? I grabbed it. And it'll be sort of like, I don't know if you've ever seen where people trace, it looks like they trace their face. It'll be something like that, but this is my version of it. I'm actually tracing the pigment in my skin. They they traced it with just one single little line, and not, but I'm adding a little bit more detail where I'm actually going with the pigment, not just tracing. I'm actually tracing with my pigment is what I'm saying. Hmm. Everybody has their own way. And so everybody gets to wear my pigment, and that's what I'm going to call it, pigment. I think I'm even changing the pigment because I skipped the color right there. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah, I skipped the color right there. It's okay. It doesn't matter. They don't have to know the original pigment. It doesn't have to be exact. But I'm following the pigment or shading from the light that transferred down into the skin and eye, around the eye. We might blacken the eyes just because it makes like for a better, it goes behind the eyes, and it'll make for a better, no, it didn't do anything. Okay, no, it'll just make it better in the background if I do it either probably in white. Let's go with white. Let's go maybe Oh no, that would have to be, that's because we're not drawing on there. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, so now we're gonna go down and trace the face. We're gonna go down the side of the nose. So you see how the side of the nose. That's not what it looks like. So it goes. See how the color changes right here. So there's color. The color's the same kind of right here, and then it switches to a different color right here. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. See? I'm just tracing the pigment. So this is kind of like a iridescent type, but with, I'm using my pigment as the iridescent too, but it's in grays, the iridescent in grays. And I really don't know if anybody out here can watch without being seen. I don't see any comments. Usually I get people commenting. I don't understand why they don't push you out there. I'd probably have to go down the rabbit hole and read. Maybe I don't have enough subscribers to get pushed out to anywhere where people could see me. Maybe that's it. All right, so now I'm going down on the cheeks. And now I'm going down on the, see where I'm going down on the cheeks? All right, we're gonna, I don't know if I did this one, but we are gonna do it again. And so now we're gonna go down here, see? And you just trace the pigment until it changes the hue. And a lot of makeup artists do this when they're doing their makeup. They actually create the shading on the side of their nose. They create these shadows on the sides of their nose, guys. That's a good reason why it's good to watch other makeup artists, because you get to watch their process and you can learn. There's always room to learn, guys. Don't be afraid to learn from others. That's why they do it, so that you can see their process and maybe motivate you to do art. I think. I don't think people are. Nobody. The competition isn't with anybody. It should be just for you to get the benefit of what you're learning. You're competing with yourself and trying to like think of other ways that can make it more challenging. I just don't like hearing the negativity. I try to stay, because then it gets me into a negative spot. See, this one changed too quickly. I think it's changed too quickly of a color. Oh, see? We're going to go right here and grab this and maybe color in. On Saturdays, oh shit, where did it get blue from? See how it picked up randomly blue? I have no idea where it got it from. But it picked up blue. Okay. So see how it's even doing the shading in my cheeks? It's this whole entire color is the same. And then I gotta color the cheeks. See, all this is, it's like different colors. And so it's nice to have a trace of your drawing, because when you put your drawings up, then you have like the things that you could post, like this is what it looks like without putting on your face, and this is what it's going to look like with your face. And you could see all the different shades of gray in your face that you never noticed before. But it's literally just a black and white with all the different little shades of gray. See, that changed the whole look of it. See what I'm saying? That's a different tone right here. It changed the whole look of it. So you wanna kind of like stay so that it kind of looks similar. So we've got, let's see what it looks like just without it. See, that's what it looks like. See that? That's what it actually looks like. So we're gonna go, and now we're gonna do on the other side, and we're gonna wait, what did I do? I went and did this, right? Okay, so we didn't do any of this side over here. We can just keep drawing downward. Okay, drawing downward. So we're gonna go this way. Draw downward, and then paint with that other color on the cheek. See? And it is very tedious. I'm not gonna lie. You get, like I told you, I'm drawing this other drawing, and it's a bunch of different colors. Here, black and white, it's not so hard because you could play with the eyes. But when you're doing different colors, it's a little bit more tedious. But this is gonna be a good pattern for me to do my iridescent drawing. This is okay. Put it this way. This is the starting of my iridescent drawing. Okay, this is how I'm going to guide myself to draw my iridescent drawing. We're not going to have we're not going to have this other stuff to guide us on the next one. We're just going to have the drawing I pulled out of here. You get me? It's this is the first drawing from what I'm getting at. Like, I'm getting the first draft. This is my first draft of what I'm drawing. We're going to try to look to see what it looks like on TikTok, and then we're going to look to see what it looks like on YouTube. We could upload to YouTube first so people could do it first. Let's finish off with the eyebrows. We don't have to put too much detail. We could probably make the eyebrows look a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe it'll overlap the other users' eyebrows. I don't know. I don't even have eyebrows. I like the fact that it defined my eyebrows, but I don't really have eyebrows. Now, what the eyebrows look like? I might not even like it. Let's see. See, that's what it's doing. I don't have eyebrows, guys. I don't have eyebrows. Okay. So I made my eyebrows in the shade that was there, and I'm trying to do them as natural as they look. So here we're going to go to the other side and make sure it's the same color, because I think it's a different color. Yeah, it's slightly a different color. I'm going to draw the eyebrows in. I barely have any eyebrows on this side, guys. Oh, it's a different color. See? It's even taking away my eyebrow. Let's see. All right. See? I don't know what happened there. We're just going to pretend those are my eyebrows, just so we could get it done. Okay. So now we're going to save this picture. We're going to, that's the picture that we're going to upload onto our person. So we're going to save it as a PNG. We're going to put today's date. Today is 5/3/2026. I always save them by the date because I know exactly when I did it. Something went wrong when I went to go save it. Save a copy of, to upload them as picture stickers. You have to save them as a PNG. 5/3/2026. All right, so this is the black and white version. Now we're going to go into create a filter here. We're going to upload our picture onto the mannequin on the screen. So we saved it under 5/3, so it's going to be numerically filed. Numerically filed, here it is. Let's see what it looks like on him. It's going to model it on his face. Oh, it left the black and white on there. Okay, so that's what we have to take off the black and white. So we bring back up our screen, and we want to always do this. We want to make sure that the background looks checkered. So let's go resave it onto our original picture. I think we put it under pictures. No, it's under here, under pictures, under PNG, and we're going to save it under the same date. Yes, it says it already exists. Okay. And we go back into the effects maker. Where is it? Into YouTube. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to delete this guy out of here. Now we're going to add it again. How did it? Okay, we're just going to delete the whole fucking thing because I'm still trying to get used to it. Okay, so add, upload a file. It would be cool if I didn't have to go back in here to go get it. Another thing I think they liked was the masks. So see how it's not centered properly onto his face? So now we're going to resize it to make it go on his face. We're going to scale it to fit his face. Now we're going to move it down and place it around the cheeks. Now we're going to expand it so that it fits the face. You got to keep maneuvering it until you get it right. So there's the trace of my face, and it's in black and gray. So then we want to try to give him, we're going to try to make a color out of it. So we're going to make colors out of it. Let's see. Color. We're going to add loot. Done. We're going to add filter. So this adds the filter to the face, but I want to see if it'll add it if I put it up here. Will it do it, or is it on top of? Let's see. Let's play around. So we're going to go this way. That does the bottom of his face. So it doesn't really change much my image. It just changes the color of his face. So we want to change the whole thing. So see how we just have to scoot this down. And I think it does make a difference. Does it color the whole thing? No, it's not. It's making me look like a liar. All right, so let's play around with the color. So that does the background. This does the foreground. And we're just going to mess around with his face till we get a different hue or... And I'll show you the differences between platforms. So we'll, after this one, we'll go and do the face, not the face, the other one. What does this say? This is none. All right. Even their LUT, their loot, whatever they call it, is different than the one over on the other platform. It lets you do more. So I'm going to try to do my best on this one. Not happy with any of the colors it's coming out with, guys. Maybe like a green alien. I guess. Oh, there we go. We got a purple face. Okay, there we go. We gave him a purple shading. We did purple shading. That's what I wanted. I wanted to give him a cast. There we go. This is how I wanted it to look. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, you see that? That's what I wanted to give him. I wanted to give him structure in the face based on the drawing of my face. That's what I was trying to do. See how I gave him depth? Okay, now we could change his color and make him look a different color and be okay with it. Now there's definition. Okay, so here he's a little yellow. See? It gave him a little bit more, like it gives him like he's got a rugged face. Let's try a different character. Let's try this lady. Let's see what it looks like on this lady. See what I'm saying? It gives like a little oomph. So we're gonna go ahead and submit that. And we're just gonna say that it's this. We're just gonna pretty much just put out the drawing and say it's basically just that. And I'm gonna just say create my sketch of my face, sketch of my face, sketch, literally sketch of my face. Okay, just to kind of give it the what do you call it, thing. And so it'll take time. So now we're gonna shift gears and we're gonna go into the effects house. Now it's not gonna let us see it on the what do you call it, on the what do you call it, on the actual on the actual myself model, but it'll let me look at the model on the screen. So we're waiting for it to boot up. It takes a little bit of while. And if you missed it earlier, we drew off of this. We got it from my face. We literally got the drawing from my face. We took a picture and we drew that image on her face from my face. We took the shading from my face to put it on her face. And that's what I did. So that way people don't say that I stole their idea. All I basically did was trace my cheek highlights. You could see it side by side, and all I did was add color. So you could see how I did the shading of my eyes, so it makes it look like a reflection of the what do you call it, of the thing. So right now it's opening up to effects house, and I tried to open it a couple times, and so it's probably giving me issues. I really hope it does open for me. We're trying. I don't know if it opened. Nope, it's not open yet. So I don't know if I should try again because it's probably in the background. I don't know. Let's see. Let's try it again. It'll tell me if I've opened too many versions. It'll tell me. So I made one for here, and now we're going to make one for over there. So another thing I could do is I could basically just email myself this drawing, and we could do it the other way. I could do a mobile version of it and then show you guys the mobile version, because you could do mobile version, but you guys aren't going to be able to see my mobile version. I don't know if I could cast my TikTok over to YouTube. I don't know if that's a thing, but it doesn't let me open up effects house, and I don't know if it's because of the YouTube thing. See how it's kind of like trying to open? So I'm waiting. Hello effects house. Yeah, it's been giving me a lot of issues. Like I'm kind of done with it. They're not. I just feel they're trying to discourage me from actually doing something over there. It's always been an uphill battle for me. All right, I'm gonna try. It says my effect's been published. I'm gonna email myself this picture because it's taking too long. And in the meantime, I can make it on my phone, and then I could show you guys on screen once I've got it published on that other side. So let me show you. So this was gonna say gray image of face. The gray image of my face. And I literally have it saved on this computer. So all I gotta go do is go look for it under my saved files and email it to myself. And I'll download it on my phone. All right, there we go. So now it's been sent. And it sucks that I can't open up the effects house to work on here. I don't know if it's because I have the live on, but let me try. Okay, all my worker outers and dieters were on my page yesterday. Was it worth it? Yes. All right, so now we're gonna go into the other platform. Oh, here, so you could see the. Oh, it's too bright. You can't see it. I would probably have to tone it down. So we're gonna just go check the email and upload my drawing. Download my drawing onto my phone. Let's me save it into my phone. How do I save it? It's not letting me save it. I have to figure out how to download it. Here, download. It does say download into the thing, but I don't think it downloaded into the pictures. Let's see. Nope. It's not letting me. Maybe let me restart my phone because I don't know. I feel like sometimes you have to restart the phone. So here, oh look, it looks like it opened. Okay, so if it opened, then we're gonna get to draw it on effects house. Let's see. Let's go behind here. It says one instance is already running. See, I told you. Okay, so let's just keep going. Here it goes. Woo! Inside effects house. Okay. So now we're gonna go inside effects house and we're gonna use that same drawing onto their platform and see. I'm going to show you the difference between the two platforms. So it's asking me to sign in. So we're going to have to wait until I can scan into the thing. I think for everybody it's different. I don't think everybody can sign in the same way. I think this scan code just lets you scan from your phone into your account. I don't think it really necessarily lets you log into my account. I don't think that's how it works. But there was too many instances opened. Let's see. Yeah, because it has to tell you which account you're trying to log into. So right now. Friends, how are you? I invite you to enjoy this crumble with me. Oh, people are. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do exercise. Since I'm exercise, might as well take the opportunity to exercise and take everybody on my journey. There we go. All right, so we're logging in on the other side. We're in. I gotta charge my phone. All right, here we go. So we're gonna. Oh, it's gonna. We're gonna do this later because I think there was a glitch with it. I don't know. We're gonna wait until we get there. Ugh, it's taking forever. What's taking so long? You have me waiting for there. Like, damn it, you know? All right, so now we're gonna go and look for face mask. We're gonna look for the mask. We're gonna do face mask. Okay, so it literally shows you the mask on the face. We're gonna take that mask. We're gonna replace it with our picture that we have. So we're gonna say that we're gonna go into the computer. We're gonna add our image into Effects House. We're gonna go ahead and grab it. So we had it in downloads, I think. No, that's not the one. We have it under pictures. We saved it under pictures under today's date. There it is. That's a drawing that I did. Okay, so now we have it there available for us to use. We're gonna upload it onto the face. We just have to find it. And there it is. That's the last picture. So see how it's not sized properly? It's not sized properly. And there's Effects House doesn't provide it to where you could size it properly. You literally have to have it sized properly. So a friend of mine said it was 1024 by 1024, but it is not on the computer. That's not the size. I believe it's 512 by 512 when you're drawing. So that means I have to resize this picture to be a smaller form. Otherwise, I won't be able to use it anywhere other than on the screen. So the sizes on your computer are different than they are on your screen. So I'm going to keep drawing my iridescent picture that I was drawing earlier and upload it. Probably draw it from here so that I can create it on YouTube. Or actually, let's try, you know what? Let's go do it. So say no, we don't want to save this. We already have it saved. We don't have to save it again. We could always re-upload it. So we want to go, we're going to look at a couple pictures. So I did go look at pictures to upload. And so here's some of the pictures that I want to practice out of. So I did go looking for iridescent looks. So let's see if it took a couple screenshots. Hold on. Here we go. I'll show you. So here's a couple samples of what I'm going to work with. And I'm going to basically just look at this picture in a larger view so that I can create this look onto my face. So like as I'm drawing, I'm going to create these colors, these hues. It's iridescent, sort of like it looks like a mirror effect. So I'm going to paint the same, and this is going to be my sample picture that I'm going to use to paint on my face. And so that's what I'm going to do after I get offline. I'm going to work on this, and I'm going to probably put it for use here because I noticed that a lot of people like using masks on here. So I'm going to make a mask like similar to this, but my own that people can put on their face. But it'll be a drawing. So this is going to take a little bit of time because I have to practice until it becomes this. Thank you, guys. I think, what did I be on here? Oh, I could still stay 10 more minutes. It's fine. I'll show you the next picture. So the next picture is a pearl-like um, picture. This one would probably be a little bit more easier. Um, it has only, let's see, how many colors can I count on here? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it has 5, 6. It has its colors, so it's got pretty much colors, but it's not as much as the other one. But I'm gonna try to practice either one. See how it has different hues of color, like here it's got some different color from here. So I'm just gonna have to transfer this onto my face somehow. I'm just gonna follow just the color based on, and that's what I was gonna do with that one picture. I was gonna retrace it in color. Retrace it in color. So we're gonna take that picture we had of that sketch. So let's go get it. Let's go open up that picture that we have saved. Okay, we're going to take this picture and we're going to go back and put different colors onto it. So we're not even going to look at our picture, but we're to kind of give you the idea of what we're trying to go for. We're trying to go for like the color. So we could bring back up our picture. Where's it at? The one we drew earlier. Hold on. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Here it is. This is what we drew earlier. And so now we're going to pick every single color and we're going to make it so that it's different colors. Every shade of gray is going to be a different color. So like, let's say, but we're going to have to look for the colors because I don't even think the colors are in here. So let's say, all right, let's go look at our reference picture, right? Let's go look at our reference picture. So let's say this is the face, right? We're gonna do this. This is a face. So that's gonna be the trace of the face, and I'm looking at that picture. Let's go bring up that picture. Which one of the two you think? I say for starters, this is the easiest one. Okay, this is to me, this is the easiest one. Okay, to me. Okay, we're gonna do it like this. It even says like who did it, whose actually picture this is. So I'm gonna try to put it. Let's see, how can I put it where it's in the corner? It's like teeny tiny in the corner. I wanna scoot it so that so you guys can kind of get the concept that it's side by side. And I'm looking at a reference picture. Okay, so we're gonna take and look at the picture right next to each other, and we're gonna do like if we were actually drawing this exact picture. So we have all the shadings that we had earlier, but we're going to add these colors, the blue. We have all the darker pieces. We're going to say that that's all the darker pieces, right? And so those are the colors that we're going to use when we get there. But all this open space that's open, we're going to take and get, like, say, for instance, this color. I don't know if it's going to let me get it off my reference picture. Hold on. Where's it at? Where'd it go? My reference picture disappeared, didn't it? Okay, let's go back and get it. Hold on. It's this one. It took it off our screen. So that's the picture I want to go in there. I want to draw that picture on this face. So we're going to put it here on the screen. But we're going to try to pick the colors on this picture by sight. We're going to practice looking at picture color by sight. So this blue, this highlighted blue here, it's above the eyebrows, it looks like, right? It's giving it above the eyebrows. So we're going to grab this blue here and we're going to highlight it above the eyebrows to start. Okay. Oops. You know what? It's fine. We could draw over this because we could resave it. So we're taking that blue. We did take that blue, right? No, it's gray. We don't want any more gray. We want color. We want to go into color now. Okay. So that kind of looks like the color that's on that picture to me. Okay. We're just gonna start slowly and we're gonna build it up. So we're gonna go back to that picture. Okay, here's the smaller version. I don't know why I hid. Okay, so see, so we can see side by side. It's really bright right here around the eyebrows, and that's why I'm going very confidently and highlighting the eyebrows this way. Because on both eyebrows, I see that. I see that. See how it does it? And it even shows like blue here. And it all depends on how much you want to do to it. Like I could take this image and bring it back to my phone and do something to it. So here's the picture reference again. Okay? This blue is going clearly across the forehead to the other side like a unibrow. Okay? See that? Okay. So now we're going to go and grab a darker hue of the blue. So we're going to go darker in. It looks like above here. Go darker, a darker hue. Okay, back up. And it goes darker. It goes into like a purple. It goes into like a purple. So you could even keep going darker hue and just coloring it all in. Okay, darker hue. We're going to go in a little bit deeper. We're going to go with a little bit brighter or darker blue. See, we're going to go darker blue. And we're going to start going up more, darker blue. It just creates like this different level, like it's literally like painting, but with a mouse. You're not letting AI dictate, or you're not dictating to AI what you want. You're literally drawing. It's just not on paper. It's just not on paper. Okay, so you go a little bit darker because it starts getting darker and darker. See? It's going to get to purple as we go up, like to the right of the color wheel. It just keeps going in levels. Like every level of the face keeps getting darker. And you kind of want to keep going with the color. Um, and again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It does take a long time, but you get what I'm doing, right? You see what I'm doing? I'm going up in the levels of the color. So I just move it over and just keep going. And the color just keeps it. When you put it on the face, it's going to look like it it went into the different, like it's shining on the face. At the end, it's supposed to look more like that. So as you go along, and because we blew up the face big enough, most of the top isn't going to show, or it's going to disappear off the face. But you did it as best you could to make it. So first we traced the face, which is my face. We traced my face. And then we went and took it and did more coloring. It's not the same. See how we have to go with back to this blue and kind of do like a up, an up like a evil villain type here. So we're gonna take this right here and we're gonna up it right here. We're gonna up, see the color? We're gonna up it here, how it shows on the break of the eyebrow. Does it have it on the other side? Let's see. Yeah, kind of it does. It kind of has it like right here. Okay, kind of like, let's imagine that it's right there. Okay, all right. It kind of does it. It goes both ways. Okay, so now we're gonna add the other colors that it has, just to kind of give us a little bit. So now it's got, after the blue on the eyebrows on both sides, I'm seeing yellow, yellow, yellow. I'm seeing yellow. So I'm going to put yellow on this side. I'm seeing some yellows on here. And I think I see a little bit of yellow on the other side too. Yeah, see, I'm seeing yellows on this side too. I'm seeing yellows. All right. Um, let's see. What other colors am I seeing here? I'm seeing pinks. I'm seeing pinks from the eyebrows, from the bottoms of the eyebrows. I'm seeing pinks from the bottoms of the eyebrows. So we're gonna go pinks. I think it even comes from right in here, and it swoops down. It swoops down like that, sort of, right? Doesn't it? Something like that. Yeah, it kind of gives it, and then it goes even thicker right here. Right, it goes thicker right here. And I imagine that on makeup, it's probably a lot easier to do once you kind of get the concept of it. But that's why it's good to watch makeup artists, because you could see their process as well. So here on this side, the pink is also going up and down the side of my nose. So I'm going to go ahead and put the pink connecting my eyebrow on the other side. Because it's connecting my eyebrow on the other side. Right? That's how I'm seeing it on the screen. Yep, that's how I'm seeing it. And I could go back and I could erase and correct if I want to. I could do that just like if it were paper. Now I'm going to take the pink and I'm going to transfer it into this little crevice here, because I see it going around the eyelid somehow. See, I see it somehow going around the eye crevices. So here, where it droops down, it kind of makes its way in like that. It makes its way in like that. So let's see. It makes its way in, and it like engulfs itself all right here. It all engulfs itself right here. All these little open spots, I'm going to say, are the pink. This is all the pink, right? It engulfs itself all right here. All right, now we're going to go and do on the sides near the yellow. So the yellow was up high. So in order to get the same yellow, the yellow went up high above the, it went up above high up the eye. It went up this way. It kind of gave it like a shine. Like it went ahead and did this whole spot. It did it like that, I think, and then it even developed under the eye, right? Isn't it under the eye? Under the eye. So under the eye. Yeah, see, it's under the eye a little right here. Like it did a swing, like shine. like it has a little bit of thickness of yellow here and it meets up with the pink. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. You just keep going and just kind of keep imagining you connecting the colors. See, there's like a purpley, like a dark purpley, right around here. See how I'm combining the colors, guys, to make it iridescent? Okay, so now we're gonna go back and look at the eyebrows. The eyebrows are a little bit more sleek. They took the color that's there, they took the blood, like the darker color, and they just traced it to make it a solid. And I don't want the yellow tinge, so we're gonna go and get the darker color gray, and we're just gonna trace it so that it's defined like the picture. So we're gonna define it like the picture. Like some people don't like they don't like their reference picture used. I didn't like the way people started acting when I did start using them as a reference. I thought it would help them, but they didn't see it that way. They seen it as a negative, as a negative. I wonder if you guys can hear me. Oh yeah, I think you can. You can. Um yeah, so I stopped doing using them as a reference because they didn't see what I was trying to do. So some of the makeup looks are really cool. But what I'm doing now is I'm just googling, like I describe the image and it'll pull up something similar. So that way I'm not using their likeness anymore. I'm not going to give them credit anymore. They ruined that for me. I joke about it. I say I'm gonna do that, but I don't actually do it because people think that you're copying off of them, and you're really not copying off of them. You're just trying to show what it is that you're doing, and you're bringing awareness about that artist, but they're not seeing it like that. They're seeing like you're copying, and that you're not going to give them their recognition. So it's like you're stuck not wanting to. You don't want to do it anymore like that. Hi. So I'm trying to see if I could get more purple. So see, I messed up the purple. Let's see. Let's go do more purple right here because it's got like a lot of purple right here. See, it's not the same purple. I gotta grab the right purple. So I think it's about that purple, right? Like, yeah, it's kind of like that purple, and it's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit thicker. And I'm just following the pattern. Thank you. I'm trying. So I go for a darker pink. It looks like it's a darker pink right here. It's not the original same purple. It looks like a little bit darker. So we're going to do it like that. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is actually my first try at doing iridescent. It's just been on my mind the whole week. I've been wanting to do this one, and I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop thinking, so I have to do it. It's something I have to do because otherwise I'm gonna be thinking about it all week, and I'm not gonna wanna, like, I'm gonna be antsy. I'm gonna be stressed that I didn't do it, and today's my last day before I go back to work, and I really try to be really good at not being on here when I'm not supposed to be on here. It looks like blue with pink and purple, but this is nice. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to get it. It's going to be a lot of work to get it to look like the picture. It's not going to look exactly, but it is going to give it some kind of like it's that. So like see for right here on the pink, it has like a little pink blotch right here. Like let me go get some pink. We got to put a little pink dot right here cuz that's what gives it the like the look of shining. Like it's got like a cast. You see? You see that? It kind of gives it a cast. So I'm going to do it right here too. Like trim. Yeah, see? So it's doing it's not exactly the same, but it's similar to it. It's kind of doing the same concept. See, like right here, it's got a trace of pink going all around here, like a little. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take it and we're gonna trace it here, even though it's not the same color. But we're gonna give it that like cast that it's doing, and it's a different pink. It's a lighter pink. So we're gonna go into, and then you just keep playing around with the colors. See, we could undo that color and go back and do the lighter pink. Oh, see, that's better. See, and just keep following the pattern, and you just keep learning how to like, how did that artist make it look like that? You could see the drawing. See how they did right here? There's a different pink. Now this pink is gonna go all the way down, so we gotta take this pink and go all the way down, trace it all the way down, just like the original artist. See how they did it? They did it all the way down. And so this is why I've been kind of discouraging to draw, because the filters really do take a long time to make. Once you realize a lot of the stuff that people are doing, they're literally just generating it out of AI, and they're making it without any effort, and it's kind of like discouraging because it's like, man, people don't really actually know how much time you spend on something. You know, they really don't know how much time you're spending on these. And and you can't use AI because then you're cheating. You're just taking and pasting. Here at least you're getting practice. I'm getting practice. So why not try and practice and learn something instead of letting the computer do it? I mean, you could vocalize it. You could, you know what you could do? You could use AI to generate the image you want to make it look. Yeah, some art takes like forever. Yeah, you're right. But it's worth it, right? I mean, you could, if you want to not go looking for images, you could generate an image as an example of what you want to look, what you want to grab or you want to make, and then draw from there instead of, you know, if you really want to, you could incorporate AI that way. Yeah, well, you're not using AI in your art, but you're using it to as a guide, just to kind of get a color scheme. But you could just pull up anybody's image and do it. You could go to Pinterest and pick the images that come out there. But a lot of times, if people see you with their art on the screen, they think that you're trying to steal their art, and you're not doing that. You're actually using it as a reference, and you're trying to like watching Bob Ross make art. I did go all the way out. Now, see how it traces all the way down? See how it traces all the way down? Those colors go all the way down. So now I got to take these colors and go all the way down with them. And how do they go around the cheeks? Oh, they come out. This comes out. It gives cheeks room to grow. It crazy, right? Yes. I watched Barras did one of those landscape before. Yeah, you know which one I did? The reverse black and white. So it's a black canvas and he did white trees. That was cool. I did that one. This is messed up. Hold on. I grabbed the wrong pink. I was grabbing the wrong pink. and it's not gonna give it the same substance. Yeah. See how it Oh, you seen that one? Yeah, that was a cool one. I thought that was really cool. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna challenge myself to do this one because it's reverse black and white. Like that is a cool concept, you know? You start off with the color white, I mean the color black, and then you kind of like what I'm doing now. I did a first I drew the my face, the structure of my upper face. Oh, see here the colors go yellow here, right here. Okay, but it goes under the cheekbones. So is it under the cheekbones? It's under the cheekbones right here. This comes down under the cheekbones. I think this is going to look really good when I'm done. It's just a lot of patience, you know? I think it's going to look good. One of the ones I did was called Lowering Peaks, if I'm correct. Oh, cool. Yeah, I wanna like that's the best way you could get practice, either working on your own stuff or watching other artists do their thing. So I've been watching artists, I've been watching makeup artists. I try to go in rooms where people are drawing so that I could hang out with them and motivate myself to draw as well, cuz work kind of takes over, right? You work whatever you work in. Oh, it didn't go down. Well, it does kind of. The darker it doesn't really go down there. This color doesn't really go down there. Okay, let's erase it. What goes down there? Okay, so the darker grays, the grays that are there already. Okay, so now we could from that pink comes blue, but what color blue is it? It's this color blue again. It's this color blue. So we could start the blues again right here. It it stops the pink right here and it goes into the blues, right? Yeah, I found the one you were saying. I think was it like a trail with trees on the side with snow. Yes, that one. Woo! I love that one. And it's so simple. The thing is, Bob Ross has a way of showing like he draws to show you how simple it is. Like to not discourage you from trying. By the time his thing is over with, you freaking did it. And the thing about artists is that you could always grow and learn more and more and more as time goes on. Like the more you practice or the more you look at someone's things, or I look at like what people did to draw that. Like there's a lot of filter creators that do take the time out to draw, and those are the ones that actually, if nobody noticed, to me they stand out because it's like, oh, you can't find that anywhere. That's unique, you know. It's called Snowmorn. I found it. Yep, that's the one. That's got to be the one. I think it's the only one that I seen that he did in that series. Okay, so now we could bring down the darker pink around the side. See that? We could bring this down around the side of the blue. And I'm drawing with a mouse. I'm not doing any. It's hard to draw with a mouse too. Okay, now we're going to bring the darker pink on the side of that. And how thick is that other pink? The other pink is pretty thick, so we're going to thicken that up first before we go on to the other one. We're going to thicken this up a little. for it to go that thick. We could keep drawing. I just want to take section by section. I don't want to keep going and then pretending I'm done. I'm just trying to create the cheek effect, that little cheek that got bulging outward. There's like a little cheek or a little hump somewhere. Maybe I have to go up with the dark and then come down with the dark, and then because this one's gonna be thick. This dark is thick, and I could correct it too. See, because it engulfs the cheek right here. It engulfs the cheek right here. It kind of like makes it a little bit round. Like I might be messing it up, but when it transfers onto the actual face of the model, it's not going to look the same. Yeah, see, it is curvature in. It is curvature in. It is curvature in. Some to that effect. It might be a little bit down here. And so then I can take this and erase this part off. That might be too thin. Let me see. That's too thin. And I don't want to change the size of the brush because then it takes me off. So it's like if I erased, and sometimes if you don't erase it right, it's going to show on the big screen. So you got to make sure you go back and erase it right. So this was the brush I was using. It says, I feel like Ross was talking to us on a walk. Yeah, because he did mountains and houses even for fire. You know, he might have just done a lot of nature walks. I like doing nature walks because it gets me in tune with nature. A lot of the stuff that I do, like backgrounds, if I do backgrounds, they're usually actual pictures I took, and people like the background pictures. Like if I took a picture of like a field of grass, people like nature. People like nature. People like to get in tune with nature. They do. They do. And I know I enjoy it. I enjoy being around nature as much as I can. I built a whole garden so that I could be in nature. Oh, look at I messed it up all stupid. I know there's a little speck of pink somewhere here on the cheek, and then it goes into blue. Okay, so then all these little areas that have gray, I could leave them like that, or I could put blue on top. But for that, I have to create another layer because the bottom layer is gray. So let's see how that does. Let's create another layer. Watch. Okay. Yes, exploring nature is pretty nice and exploring new stuff in the world. Yeah, the colors and everything. There's a lot of good colors out there. I think we want to draw the pink still across. You see how it did that? You see how it did that? If I would have drawn on the original picture, it wouldn't have let me. It wouldn't have let me. Watch. See? It's letting me draw on top of it. And then where it goes downward. It goes downward from here. See, so it's drawing on top of all the gray. So I'm basically tracing still the face structure, but now I'm coloring it in with color. And that's why it was important to get my face to begin with, because I was able to get my template from there. Now, do the cheeks go down? See, yeah, the cheeks go down. I think I just have to color all this spot right here with blue. just to go with the cheekbone. Because now we're going in color. We're going to take away all the grays and replace it with colors to make it more iridescent. Only leave the dark spots where the actual picture is showing, just to kind of make it look like that. And so people don't even know that all this little background stuff is happening, and they'll talk crap about what you're doing. They don't even know what really goes into it, because they don't know. They don't know. It's okay. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to explain yourself. This was looking different. I'm okay. I'm going to go down this way. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. We're learning. We're practicing. We're learning and practicing. We're learning face structure and how it looks with different tones. See, it's even a different color. It's not the same color that the image picked. It looks like a darker purple, right? It looks like a darker. Let's go darker purple. It looks like a darker purple. So we're going to trace it with a darker purple. Oh, see, it's not, see how it doesn't really color? So now we're going to go again with a different layer to go with the darker purple. See? Let's see. So it's doing it into the cheek like that somehow. Somehow it's going into the cheek like that. I think it's like that. Let's see. It's like that, and it connects inward. It's a different drawing because it's not, my face is not that drawing. Ah, my face is not that drawing. And that drawing wants you to connect this area with like my nose, I guess. With my nose, but it's all dark. Oh, it's not all the way. Oops. It's just like a triangle. It's like a triangle. Like a triangle. Okay, I see people walking their dogs. It's nice out. I should get out there with my dogs too. So this one is a little bit, it's a different shade of purple, and I might have shaded a little bit too far in. And then the pink is mixed with the blue somehow. Like, I think it's sort of like even a gray, a darker color, right? It's like even like a darker. Wonder if it'll be okay if I darken this spot and take out all the grays, but darken it with this. Let's see what that looks like. We could always go backwards, guys. Nice. Right? We could always do differentiate it. Yeah, it's nice and sunny out. It's nice and sunny out right now. Right now is the perfect time to go for a walk. So after I at least do half the face, what I should have done, and it's okay. A lot of times I forget. It's not necessary, but this thing has a way where you could draw on both sides of the face simultaneously, so you don't have to do it twice. So that's the nice thing about drawing on the computer, is that there's little tools that you can use to not have to do it twice if you wanted to. But a friend of mine told me, she's like, well, why do it like that if our faces are not the same on both sides? Which is true. It's true. She had a point. So, see, even though it's not the same, it still gives the cheek some definition, right? It's not going to be the same. It's even going to probably make the face structured differently. Now let's go back and fix this eye, because there's some things going on with this eye. What if you started with a sketch, then go in with all the details? Then yeah. Uh, well, that's what I'm doing. I'm at the point of putting in all the details. So I'm doing the sketch and then doing all the details. So I already did the sketch. Like the grays, the gray part is the sketch. And so the rest of it are the details. And it doesn't have to look the same. We're not going for the same. We're trying to make it look, because somebody who sees it, they're going to say, look, she took my art. You know, they're not going to see it as me doing something different. They're going to see it as, look, she stole my art. And I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to do something different. Yeah, I'm trying to do it like the picture, but not really, because then anybody can come out and say, she stole my art. And I'm not trying to do that. I hate people saying that I stole their art, because I'm really not trying to steal their art. I really am not. I'm trying to just show that I'm watching. What I'm doing is I'm observing their technique and learning. Like, okay, in other words, if I take a picture, if I do a Bob Ross series, I'm not copying him. I'm learning from him. I'm learning his process. He taught me his process, right? By me watching his videos, I'm learning his process. I'm not copying him. And that's what people forget, that's how we learn from each other, by watching and by just trying new things. That's why I like watching makeup artists, because you could see them. They literally do exactly what I'm doing. They just literally just follow along and paint as the picture they're looking at. And so this is basically what I'm doing. It's just kind of like in a coloring book. Kind of like in a coloring book. See, like right here, this is all a little bit darker as it goes down. It becomes darker, like around here. Once I'm all done and all these little gaps are filled in and all the details are drawn, it's gonna look. It's just like if I were, okay, put it this way: if I were drawing with paint, I'd be done already. This iridescent look, I would definitely be done already, because it's so much easier to draw on paper than it is on the screen. Like, okay, watch right here. Here's a little trick. Watch. So if I want to paint this whole little section, I just draw a little thing and then I drop it. Oops, see, it's not closed, so I can't. Let me go back to not using the paintbrush. I want to close off this little section into a closed little triangle, and then use the paintbrush so that it just paints like that. And that's a way to hurry up and paint, like you hurry up and paint. Okay, so let's go back to our picture. Okay, so here we have some yellows on the side. So we're going to go and pick yellow, bright yellow, and we're going to paint it right here on the sides. Like that. We're going to go like that. See how it fills it in really good? All right. Even though it's not the same as the picture, it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't have to be the same. Here we're going to take maybe white. How do I get white in here? Is there any whites? It doesn't let you do whites, but we could do grays. Probably do a gray right here. Going up because it's giving it a highlight. See? Okay, let me look at the picture again. And I could even do a different thing. I could even we could even do this. Look at right here. I think I see purple right here. So we're gonna take this purple again and we're gonna put it right here on this side, just like a little right here. Okay, and then that whole top is like a blue, a darker bluish purple, like a purple, and then we're gonna go into the blues, and we're just gonna go ahead and paint all the way across with the blue. Okay. That way, at least the whole top is done. Now let's concentrate on the eye because what I might do is I might split it in half just so because it's gonna take forever for me to finish this. And we could put two halves. So let's do pink around the nose to trace the nose. Pink around the nose right here. Because that's how it's tracing. It's got a trace around the nose right here. See, it's got like, it's even got like lines here, I believe, in pink. Oh, let's go back. See if that's how it looks. Sort of, kind of, maybe. And then it dips down like this, sort of, with pink. And then what are the other colors around there? We got black coming down this way, kind of. Like maybe like a little like that, sort of. And then it has like some kind of like thing at the bottom that connects everything. It provides structure, and then there's like blue circling the nostril. Oh, too dark of a blue. We want a little bit lighter. So we're circling the nostril. Maybe the nostril part of the iridescent color. Okay, so now we're gonna also paint some yellow down below here to show the shading of the under the nose. And how it's like followed by pink. Followed by pink. See? It's not exactly the same. And then what happens over here? It turns into blue again and it connects. Okay, let's keep going with the nose. Okay, so the nose, I see the blue reconnecting down here. like around here. The blue keeps reconnecting down here. And even though we painted the gray, I think a layer or two down, we kind of want to connect them somehow. Okay. And it goes down the two sides and it has purple in the middle. And purple in the middle. Is that how it is? Kinda. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's your version of the story. Everybody's version is different. Doesn't have to be the same. But you kind of get the idea. Okay, so this one's divided up by a pink line. So they did a pink line above here. Like so. Let's see. We're going to look at that again. And blue, a pink line. Okay, so we're going to create another layer. We're going to create a pink line right here. And then we're going to go back to that blue. Okay. And then it has the pink all around it. And yellow. Pink and yellow. So yellow here. Wait. Yellow here. Yellow here. Yeah, yellow here on the sides. Like that, kind of. There's some pinks in there. There's some really deep pink. So we're going to make these gray pieces on the side. We're going to make them pink. Get rid of the grays as much as we can. And the white, we see there's very little white on this picture. We kind of want to get rid of all these grays right here because it's supposed to look like a heated picture. Like, you get what I'm saying? So here they even have like a little swirl. That's a little bit too hard for me. But maybe we could create it. Let's see. I mean, I could do it like that. Wait, let's see that swirl again. Let's see that swirl again. And then maybe do the yellow up here. Like retrace it. Retrace it where it looks icky, you know? Like, see, like the nostrils are painted like a total different color altogether. Okay, now let's concentrate around the eyes. Around the eyes, they have a clear blue, like a very light blue. So we're going to trace around the eye in a really light blue. We're going to also paint the middle part of the eye so that in the background of the eye, there's no gaps. So there's no gaps. There's no gaps that are visible. Okay. All right. Here we go. So now let's finish painting the rest of the eye. So we're going to have to improvise because there's a lot of grays left over. And I pretty much colored up everything. Or we could leave it like that. Let's just perfect what's there. Let's just keep perfecting what's there, okay? Let's go back and outline certain spots I'm seeing open. Maybe we could get rid of some of those lines or add more definition, right? Add more definition. Maybe bring this down a little. Maybe that color, maybe bring it down some. Like, I don't know. It doesn't, this top part is not doing it for me. Like, it looks too perfect. Get me? Like it's not how I feel like it should look. Let me take that off again. Okay, scale it back. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. If I cut it here in half, let's finish up the other side of the nose. Maybe once we finish the other, we're only going to do one side because if not, I'll be here forever, guys. I'll literally be here forever. So there you go. Finish the other side. Let me see what color is the nostril on the other side. It's blue. It's blue right here. Oops. Well, maybe I could make it pink and then trace it in blue. There we go. Then we can go with the blue on the inside. See? Perfect. Okay, very nicely done. I did one side of the face. It's going to be hard to do the other side of the face, and it's going to be half a mask, only because if not, I'll be on here all day. And I don't need to put you guys through all that. So we're going to delete. Now we're going to merge down. We're going to take this and merge down. So this is merge all. Everything's together. And now we're going to take our eraser and go back and remove anything we don't want. So we don't want none of this right here. We're erasing all of this right here. I don't know if there's a better way to take this off, but this is... Okay. All right, so that's a half mask. I feel like I should fill in those grays with some, let's do some yellows. We're not looking at the picture anymore. Now we're just doing freelance. I'm just going to fill in so that there's no white. There's no white colors in here. That it's all got a color. But I feel like I have to put a layer in it for it to show. So I do want the yellows to show. Oops, it's doing a different, it's erasing instead of putting color. So I want to put yellows. So we're going to go back and put yellows on all the grays we see, or we're just going to keep with anything light, we're going to put yellow, and then we're going to go back and do the eye with a different color just to give it light. We'll see how it looks. We're about to see how it looks. See, that way this looks like it was the way it was meant to be. You didn't get to see the original picture. You just use it as a reference. You didn't copy. And so that's why nature is helpful. When you go out in nature, that's how you're drawing. You're in your head. You're looking at all the colors and how everything goes together, and yeah, we're gonna color these nostrils because the white part is, it hurts the eyes there because it's too bright. Okay. All right, guys. I think I'm done. So that's my half face. Otherwise, I'll be here forever trying to accomplish it. I've been trying to work on this for over 2 weeks. Thank you, everybody who came in and had a little chat with me. I will try and do this every week. Thank you.